Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the American Express green card. So I'm going to be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you should have a much better idea of whether or not this card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of the green card by American Express, if you would mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Also, if you would like to receive a few free stocks in a pinned comment below as well as in the description box, I will be leaving a few different links where you can receive just that. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the American Express green card, we're first going to be going over how exactly you can earn points with this card, and then what you can use for them. So as far as earning points go with this card, you will be earning 3 points per dollar spent on travel, 3 points per dollar spent on transit, which includes things like trains, taxis, rideshare services, ferries, tolls, parking, buses, and subways. And then finally, you'll be earning 3 points per dollar spent on dining as well. And then on all other transactions not in those categories, you will be earning 1 point per dollar spent. Now, starting out for the first year alone, there is going to be a spend bonus as long as you meet a certain spend criteria. So as long as you're able to spend at least $3,000 within the first 6 months of having this card, you will be earning a spend bonus of 40,000 points. This is going to be a one-time deal. So that's around $500 per month in spend to earn those 40,000 points. So obviously that's a pretty good deal there. Now, in addition to the points you can earn with this card, there are also some other features as well. So just for instance, there's going to be a $189 Clear Plus credit. So basically, this uses unique attributes such as your eyes or fingerprints to digitally verify your identity to help members move faster through security at select airports nationwide. Then you're also going to be receiving an annual $100 Lounge Buddy credit, so you can earn up to $100 in statement credits when you use this card to purchase airport lounge access through Lounge Buddy to any of the lounges in their network. No memberships, elite statuses, or first class tickets are required. Now, on top of that, you're also going to be receiving some travel benefits as well, so this should obviously be very helpful. So starting out, you will be receiving trip delay insurance. So if you pay for a round trip ticket with this card and your trip happens to be delayed for more than 12 hours, you can be reimbursed on certain additional expenses purchased on this same card, up to $300 per trip and maximum of 2 claims per eligible account per 12 consecutive month periods. Then you're also going to be receiving car rental loss and damage insurance. So when you use this card to reserve and pay for the entire rental and decline the collision damage waiver at the rental company counter, you can be covered for damage or theft to your rental vehicle in a covered territory. Now, certain rentals may not be eligible, and this only provides secondary coverage to your primary insurance and also does not include liability coverage. And then finally, you're also going to be receiving a baggage insurance plan, so your lost, damage, or stolen baggage can be covered up to $1,250 for carry-on baggage and up to $500 for checked baggage in excess of coverage provided by the common carrier. Now, obviously, all these things are subject to change, so make sure to read the fine print before moving forward. So now that we went over the main features of the American Express green card, I'm not going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees because this is obviously pretty important as well. So starting out with this card, your purchase APR is going to be anywhere between 21.24 to 29.24% based on your credit worthiness. And then as far as cash advances go, the APR on those is going to be 29.99%. Now on this channel, me personally, I always stay away from cash advances, and I recommend others to do the same. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but just know that cash advances, in addition to the 29.99% APR, there also comes a hefty fee. So as far as the fees go on them, it is going to be $10 or 5% of the amount of your cash advance every single time, whichever happens to be greater. In addition to that, there's also going to be some other fees as well. So if you happen to have a late or return payment, the fee for that is going to be up to $40. As far as foreign transaction fees go, with this card, fortunately, it is one that you definitely can take with you because there are no foreign transaction fees. With some of the other cards out there on the market, if you do happen to take it abroad and make a foreign transaction fee, you can be charged a fee of right around 3%. So that is a positive of this card, the fact that there are no foreign transaction fees. Now, there is an annual fee with this card. That annual fee is $150. That is a fee that you have to be paying each and every year. So whether or not it's going to be worth it to pay that fee for the benefits that you're receiving back, that's going to be entirely up to you and your lifestyle. We are going to be covering that in just a moment. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, I'm now going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the biggest pros and cons of this credit card. So starting out, the good things. The good things, of course, is all the points you can earn with this card. We covered it earlier. You will be earning 3 points per dollar spent on travel, transit, and dining. Those are pretty much 3 things that you're very likely to do on trips. So if you do travel a lot, those are probably going to be things that you will be doing during your travels, and you will have the opportunity to rack up quite a few points. And then, like I mentioned earlier, of course, there's also that spend bonus. So as long as you're able to spend at least $3,000 on this card within the first 6 months, which is right around $500 per month, for most people that's going to be quite doable, considering that maybe your grocery bill, gas, those two combined, probably going to be right around $500 per month. For the 6 months, you will be earning the 40,000 points. So that's obviously going to be very valuable as well. And then, of course, there are also no foreign transaction fees with this card. So if you do happen to travel abroad, you definitely can take this with you because you won't have to worry about being hit with any foreign transaction fees. So those are the pros of this card. Now we're going to go ahead and dive into the cons. Starting out, obviously, the first drawback of this card is the fact that, yes, there is a $150 annual fee. Now, like I mentioned just a moment ago, even though you are going to be paying $150 every single year to use this card, there are obviously some credits that kind of offset that annual fee. So just for instance, you will be receiving the $100 Lounge Buddy credit every single year, plus the Clear Plus credit. So if you're going to be using both of those, then perhaps it's going to offset the annual fee. It may make it worth it for you, but perhaps if you don't usually use airport lounges and you don't think you're going to get a whole lot of use out of the Clear Plus, then perhaps this credit card, the second year moving forward, probably isn't going to be all that worthwhile for you. But for the first year alone, all those points that you're going to be earning on the first $3,000 that you spend with the spend bonus, everyone with that will definitely be coming out ahead. But for the second year moving forward, it's really going to come down to how much you use those credits in determining whether or not paying that $150 annual fee is going to be worthwhile for you. And secondly, the only other real drawback is pretty much also what I listed as a good thing are the points that you're going to be earning. So once again, it's going to be 3 points per dollar spent on travel, transit, and dining. Like I mentioned, these are 3 things that you're likely to do while you're traveling. But then there are also other cards out there in the market, like the Citi Premier card. And right now they offer 3 points per dollar spent on air travel, hotel, supermarkets, and gas. And their annual fee is only $95 as opposed to this one with an annual fee of $150. So you're paying $55 more with the American Express Green card than you would with the Citi Premier card, and you're pretty much getting the same points per dollar spent. So if you think of it that way, I would probably go with some other cards out there on the market, but perhaps if you've already had those cards and you're looking for another card to earn that spend bonus to use points for traveling or whatever else, then by all means, you might want to look into this card, but for the second year moving forward, you may not get as much value. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.